Hi, I'm Ann Johnston, a quilter and a dyer. I made this short video because one of my favorite ways to create texture on fabric is using Potato Dextrin. It's a product used by the food industry, but we can use it as a water-soluble resist when we're using thickened dyes. It's really fun to use because after you spread it thickly on the fabric, it cracks as it dries and you can paint right into the pattern of cracks. I have used it for years, and the results were quite unpredictable. The new product seems to work easily and in a similar way each time. The difference now is that I mix the powder with very hot water, not boiling water. I tried boiling water, and I got a paste so thick I could not spread it. I wanted to update the information for my book, Color by Design, and my video, Beyond the Book, Lesson 7, using water-soluble resists. I want to show you some of the tests I did with the new Potato Dextrin on white cotton. I spread the Potato Dextrin paste on these pieces while it was still warm, later as it cooled, and the next day to see what happened. I write the recipe right on top of the fabric so I know what I'm doing. You can see the lower part of the fabric wasn't completely dry. Now I'm painting on. It's all cracked and curled. I have to push down the edges and spread the dye into the cracks. It will go right across the top otherwise, and you won't see the crackle. I've mixed two blacks here. You can see my samples on the edge of the fabric. One is a cool black, and then I added orange to it to make a slightly warmer color black. Here I'm checking to see that I got all the cracks. That's why I'm using a bristle brush. As you can see, I paint across the top and it doesn't go inside into the fabric. By the way, I do put soda ash on the fabric first. It's dry when I start with the Potato Dextrin. And I also put soda ash in the Potato Dextrin itself to make sure that it will cure completely and not have lighter areas. As I paint the cooler black around, I leave spaces for the next color to paint in. It's a subtle difference, but it is something I will probably be able to see when it's dry and washed. It takes some work and time to get the dye into all the cracks. As I go around, I might see more spaces I missed. I speeded it up here a bit so you can see it more quickly. I'll check the back again. Even the place where I had scraped the dye away, I want to see if I got where I'd scraped the Potato Dextrin away. This is what it looks like before I washed it. As soon as it goes in the warm water, it starts to dissolve and it falls off immediately. Then I wash it in hot water in a different sink. I collect the little bits that have gone down to the sink drain and throw them away. This is a detail of the top of one of the pieces of fabric. You can see some places where I put the dye on more thickly, and here I put it on pretty evenly and I get a nice crisp crackle. This is a quilt I made. I call it Two Trunks. And I made it a long time ago when I didn't know what was going to happen, but actually you end up with pieces of fabric that you might use anyway. This is a recent result, very detailed, very crisp. These are the cover images for my books and video courses. Thank you for your interest and comments, and for subscribing. Bye.